Why nobody lives in these 10 empty big cities? It's intriguing how city size doesn't necessarily equate to a bustling population. Take Kansas City, for example. It's the most populous city in Missouri and dwarfs Chicago in terms of land area. Yet Chicago boasts a population of 2.6 million compared to Kansas City's 510,000, making it over 7 times denser. This discrepancy between size and population density isn't unique to Kansas City. Across the U.S., many large, well-known cities are surprisingly sparsely populated. To understand this phenomenon, we'll delve into the factors contributing to low population density in 10 major U.S. cities. This list focuses on cities recognized for their size and prominence, highlighting the contrast between their sprawling land area and relatively low number of residents. For comparison, it's worth noting the population densities of some of America's most densely populated urban centers. New York City, San Francisco, and Boston, despite their relatively small land areas of 3.4, 46.9, and 48.3 square miles respectively, have significantly higher population densities, reaching 27,177,000 and 13,000 people per square mile respectively. These figures demonstrate the wide range of population density across U.S. cities, even those considered major metropolitan areas. Let's head to the Southwest and explore Tucson, Arizona, our number 10 entry. With a population nearing 547,000, Tucson might seem bustling, but its vast land area of 241 square miles results in a surprisingly low population density of about 2,967 people per square mile. Interestingly, some research suggests this lower density could be a draw for individuals seeking a change from more crowded urban environments. However, Tucson's population density has actually decreased by 1.5% over the past decade, indicating a trend toward even lower density. This shift might be attributed to urban sprawl, with the city expanding outward and becoming more spread out. Next up at number 9 is New Orleans, Louisiana. Known for its vibrant culture, jazz music, and Mardi Gras celebrations, New Orleans might conjure images of crowded streets and lively gatherings. However, despite its sizable population of roughly 369,000, New Orleans boasts a surprisingly low population density of about 2,181 people per square mile, a stark contrast to the density of cities like New York City, which is about 12 times denser. Several factors contribute to New Orleans' lower density, including its history with devastating hurricanes like Katrina, which displaced a significant portion of the population. Additionally, crime rates, particularly homicides, remain a concern for the city, potentially impacting its attractiveness to residents. Continuing to number 8, we encounter Memphis, Tennessee, a city with a complex relationship between population density and overall population trends. With a population density of 291 people per square mile, Memphis has actually experienced a 6.5% increase in density since 2010. Paradoxically, the city's total population has been declining in recent years, currently standing at about 620,000 residents. This decline, coupled with the city's expansive 297 square mile land area, suggests that Memphis might become even less densely populated in the future. Factors driving residents away from Memphis include rising crime rates, a lack of job opportunities, increasing poverty levels, and concerns about housing affordability, all of which contribute to the perception of a struggling local economy. It might surprise you to learn that Tulsa, Oklahoma, earns a spot at number 7 on our list of emptiest large U.S. cities. After all, Tulsa is a major city in Oklahoma. However, Oklahoma itself has a relatively small population, with only around 4 million residents, making it one of the least populated states. This low population is reflected in Oklahoma's ranking as the 16th least densely populated state, with a mere 58.63 people per square mile. To put that in perspective, New Jersey, the most densely populated state, boasts a staggering 1,283 people per square mile. Despite Oklahoma's overall low density, Tulsa's population density has actually increased slightly since 2010, reaching 285 people per square mile. This uptick is notable, particularly since Tulsa's overall population has been on the decline. Currently, the city is home to almost 412,000 people spread across 197.5 square miles. Interestingly, Tulsa's population is expanding at a faster rate than many other U.S. cities, partially due to innovative programs like Tulsa Remote, which entices remote workers to relocate with a generous $110,000 grant and other enticing benefits. However, this influx of newcomers presents its own challenges, particularly a strain on affordable housing options, evidenced by rising rates of homelessness. Moving to number 6, we encounter Virginia Beach. Virginia, a city often perceived as more populated than it actually is. This misconception stems from the massive influx of tourists, particularly during the summer months. Imagine this. Over 13.6 million tourists flock to Virginia Beach each year, while the year-round population hovers around 455,000. This disparity creates a stark contrast between the bustling tourist season and the quieter off-season. Consequently, Virginia Beach earns its place among America's least densely populated cities, with a population density of 1,962 people per square mile. However, this figure has been gradually increasing since 2010. At number 5, we find Kansas City, Missouri, a city with an average of 1,500 people per square mile, resulting in a population density of 1,619, with a total population slightly exceeding 500,000 and encompassing 34.7 square miles. Kansas City stands out due to its significant population density growth over the past decade. Since 2010, the city's population density has surged by 7.54%, a testament to its growing popularity and affordability. However, this growth appears concentrated in the sprawling metropolitan area, while the city center experiences a declining population. This disparity might be attributed, in part, to concerns about crime rates in the city center, which witnessed an alarming spike in 2020. At number 4, we land in Nashville, Tennessee, a city that often feels more bustling than its actual population suggests. This discrepancy can be attributed to Nashville's booming tourism industry. In 2022 alone, over 14.4 million visitors flocked to Music City, a stark contrast to the city's resident population of just under 700,000. This influx of tourists contributes to a perception of density that doesn't quite align with reality. In fact, Nashville boasts one of the lowest population densities among major U.S. cities, with only 156 people per square mile. However, Nashville has experienced significant growth in recent years, leading to a considerable 10.7% increase in population density. This growth spurt, fueled by an average of 700 new residents moving to Nashville every single day in 2022, has created both opportunities and challenges. While growth can stimulate the economy and cultural scene, the rapid pace of change in Nashville has contributed to rising housing costs, increased traffic congestion, and strain on public services, including education. Next, at number 3, we find ourselves in Jacksonville, Florida, a city boasting 100 miles of beautiful coastline. While Jacksonville might appeal to those seeking a peaceful seaside lifestyle, its popularity among tourists means tranquility isn't always guaranteed. During peak tourist season, Jacksonville's population swells, with an average of 28,000 overnight visitors and an additional 30,000 daytime visitors each day. Annually, over 22 million people visit Jacksonville, a stark contrast to the city's year-round population of just over 970,000. This influx of tourists contributes to a perception of density that belies Jacksonville's actual population density, which is a relatively low 1,300 people per square mile. Interestingly, Jacksonville is experiencing a growth spurt, with its population density increasing by 10.75% since 2010, and its overall population rising by 18% in the past 12 years. This trend suggests that Jacksonville might shed its empty city status sooner rather than later. At number 2, we arrive in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, joining Tulsa as another surprisingly sparsely populated city in the Sooner State. With a population density of just 146 people per square mile, Oklahoma City might seem spacious, despite a 12.53% increase in density since 2010. This low density is partly attributed to the city's expansive layout, encompassing a sizable 66.5 square miles, making it the second largest city by land area on our list. While Oklahoma City has experienced a recent population growth spurt, increasing by 2% between 2020 and 2022, some factors contribute to the city's historically smaller population. These factors are intertwined with the challenges faced by Oklahoma as a whole, including unpredictable weather patterns, a high rate of uninsured residents, and concerns about drug use and homelessness. These factors might deter potential residents, contributing to Oklahoma City's lower population density. Taking the top spot at number 1 is Anchorage, Alaska. While Oklahoma might have a relatively small population, Alaska takes the prize for spaciousness, ranking as the third least populated state in the U.S., with a mere 730,000 residents. Only Vermont and Wyoming have fewer people, but Alaska's claim to fame doesn't stop there. It also holds the title of the least densely populated state in the entire country, with a remarkably low population density of just 1.3 people per square mile. If you crave wide open spaces and value your personal bubble, Alaska might just be your utopia. As a point of comparison, New Jersey, the most densely populated state, squeezes approximately 1,283 people into each square mile. This penchant for spaciousness extends to Alaska's cities as well, particularly its largest city, Anchorage. With a population slightly exceeding 287,000 spread across a sprawling 776.9 square miles, Anchorage boasts a population density of just 168 people per square mile, significantly lower than any other city on our list. Several factors contribute to Anchorage's low population density. Its remote location and isolation limit job opportunities, particularly in industries beyond the traditional Alaskan economy. Additionally, the cost of living in Alaska is notoriously high, ranking as the 5th most expensive state, which can deter potential residents seeking affordability. The question remains, what factors contribute to the low population densities of these 10 sprawling cities? Is it a matter of affordability, lifestyle choices, economic opportunities, or a combination of factors? Understanding these dynamics provides valuable insights into urban planning, resource allocation, and the evolving relationship between population density and quality of life in an increasingly urbanized world.